Hello. So, I wanted to talk about today is we all have stuff that we need to work on. Everything within us needs to be worked on. Anytime you're ever triggered by someone outside of you, anytime you're focused on something outside of you that's negative, that's taking away your energy, focus, and concentration, this is stuff that needs to be worked on. We're never done from it, we're never free from it. We keep uncovering more and more layers, and to be aware that that's going on all the time and that it just never stops. And we may hit times where we're really kind of in a place of being very neutral, very positive. We've built a lot of good pillars for ourselves in how we think and how we feel. We've set ourselves up in a very beneficial way. But there's ebb and flow to that, and there's going to be a time where it's time to go back in. It's time to go back in to do the inner work. And it's all we're ever doing here is inner work. It's all it's ever about in a selfish way is us doing our inner work all the time and being aware that that's the situation that needs to happen. That's the only situation that can affect any kind of change or positive benefit in your life, because it's all on you. Everything is a perspective from what you see, and the truth lies outside of your perspective. And you have your truth. You have your truth. I have my truth, and then there's the truth. But we may be close to the truth, but we're always seeing it through some sort of filter. And the filter we choose is up to us to create it consistently. And we can change and adapt it at any time. It's never this, I've said it once and now it's stuck forever. No, it needs to be continuously fed. It's like the two wolves. There's the wolf of fear and the wolf of love. You need to feed the one. You need to starve what you don't like, feed what you do like. And it's such a weird thing to get the hang of, because it's like it's kind of counterintuitive. It's like, so I just need to focus on exactly what I love and what makes me feel good, and that's going to bring about my best life. Yeah, in a way that will, for sure, as long as we're not sabotaging ourselves with subconscious programs, self-negation, self-rejection. So the point is, the goal is to focus on what you want and how you want to feel, and feeling the way you want to feel all the time, and realize that no one outside of you is actually in control of that. Although sometimes we can assign blame, we can assign responsibility to other people, that still doesn't change the truth. That just changes our perspective, that we've now decided to assign our responsibility to other people, and be a victim, and not beat yourself up for any of this kind of stuff, like the victim mindset for me is so ingrained within me. It's insane how much of a victim mindset. When I start, I'm like, there's still more. Like, there's and it just humbles me. It just humbles me to see how it is all on me. It's all on me. And to really take that full responsibility of any time something outside me frustrates me, like a person, a place, or a thing, or an object, or a situation, that it is my call to be cool with it. And how I become cool with it, there's many different ways, there's many different options, but the point remains, I got to be good with everything outside of me, because how I'm feeling is up to me. And if something is inspiring me to feel a certain way, if I just look at something in a certain way and it bugs me, that's not the thing's fault outside of me. It's for me to figure out why it's bugging me, and what can I do within to change how I think about it, to not let it bug me, to see it in the best way possible. Because life is always going to be full of these things. You can remove all these things you want. You can remove all these situations that trigger you. You can run away from them, but guess what? They're coming back in different forms. It's the law of attraction, right? Um, we're in every situation in life to benefit from it, to change our perspective, to continuously undo the programming that has been set up, that we've adopted, that we've programmed ourselves. It doesn't matter how it got there. It just, we know that it is there and it needs to be dealt with. And the real choice that we all have is that I can control how I feel right now. My ego might not like me letting go of the stories that I've created that make me feel negatively, for sure, but it's just something that needs to be addressed. And understand that we have potentially hostile entities within us that are absolutely um, hurting us and making us not see things clearly. And how that happens, I am responsible for too. It's because I'm believing in the thoughts that just go and go and go, and realize like we have this thing that goes and goes and goes in us all the time. And just to like make good with that, make nice with this system that we operate under. This is the system that we're programmed with as humanity, which we can overcome and actually really benefit from and transform our lives. Working with it properly is the method to transform your life, but understand that what you're dealing with is it's a bit complex. It's very simple, but it's very complex at the same time. It's simple, but it's not easy, and especially when we've lived most of our lives living in the opposite way, and everyone around us has the same dysfunction. So it's easy to slip into like, oh, you know, whatever. This is just the way it is. It's like, well, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Um, but it takes taking responsibility and understanding these things for what they are. Because if you don't get them, you're trapped in them. It takes some base knowledge of understanding the dysfunction that we collectively share as humanity. But the one thing you can do about it is be responsible for how you feel, and how you feel, and when you get triggered, to know that you have the power to see what being triggered is, and to hold no one accountable outside of you. Don't pass the buck. Don't push the blame over there. Don't assign your responsibility to anyone else, because you're not actually doing that. You're just creating a story where you're doing that. So the world will operate as it does, but now you've created a story and a delusion that's very heavy, that's very energy consuming, that you gotta like live with now. We have to live with our own creations and our stories. And that is heavy, that is taxing, that is fatiguing. And eventually it's going to crumble us into an awakening of to see that we did create that in the long run. So either way, for us just to realize that's what's going on, to be doing our work all the time, and to continue softening, not sharpening. Where can I soften more? Where can I feel what's going on? Where am I trying to run? Where am I trying to hide? Where am I trying to assign blame? And realize that you're fully in control of it, and be gentle on yourself too, because you're a baby. You're a baby with your baby steps. Don't criticize your baby steps. So yeah, that was my message for today. That was my update of what insights I have, and I feel they're valid to share. So that's what I'm doing. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and realize that it's all on you. You create your most perfect life, and you create it from how you feel, from your emotions that you feel. And you can create your emotions through visualization, through breathing, through positive thinking, through gratitude. You know, so many different ways we can get there. But just starting to get to know the deal. This is the raw. This is the deal. This is the deal, that we're fully in control of what we think and feel. And when we get upset and pissed off, that's time for us to look within, and to be gentle on ourselves, to look within. So lots of love, good luck, and be gentle, but know your power. It is all up to you. Lots of love.